Howdy folks, my name is Bodine52 and I ride a 2018 ultralimited. Her name happens to be Big Mama and I love this bike. There are so many great things about it, but there's one problem. Alrighty, as I said in the opening, I ride a 2018 Ultra Limited. I am out and about today in southeast Michigan, and wanted to tell you the one thing about the Ultra Limited that's a problem for me. And let me start by saying I've done other reviews on this bike. I did a 5,000-mile review, and I'll link all that in the descriptions. By the way, this is one of my favorite roads. It's incredible in the fall. People come in here and take wedding pictures in the road, believe it or not. But and there's so many great things about this motorcycle. I mean, from a comfort level, and I'm going to talk about comfort in a little bit. To it's as my wife says, who rides on the back. She goes by Mrs. Bodine. She says it's a Gucci seat, so it's a great motorcycle for touring, and it has all the bells and whistles on it, right? It has cruise control, heated grips, GPS, all that stuff. It has a Harley and boombox, and hey, there's some challenges with the Harley boomboxes and the GPS. I happen to not use the GPS on this motorcycle. I use a program called Waze, but everything else about the bike I really like. It's you can accessorize it like anything. Like anybody that has a motorcycle, right? You put new mirrors on it, put pipes on it. And I have rode it in the spirit of transparency. I've had it just over a year, or a year and a half actually, but I bought it really late 2018, and of course this year has been challenging to ride because of all the stuff going on. But so I have about 6,000 miles on it, and again, super comfortable ride. My wife loves it. I like it. It's a Milwaukee 8 107. It has great pickup, for a big bike. And one of the things that I like about the 18 and newer bikes, as much as some folks like the engines more, I will tell you, for me, it's the suspension. This thing can, for a big bike, I can turn this thing pretty well, especially, I got some mini apes on it. So, but the one thing that I'm having a challenge with on it is I am 6'3". And I'll tell you, when I bought this, there were many people who were trying to get me to buy a Road Glide. And, the idea was that the Road Glide, and I believe this to be true because I have friends that have Road Glides, really cuts through the wind and is a little smoother than the Ultra and the Ultra Limited. Now, I will tell you that I am... everybody has different styles, right? I just am not a big fan of the Road Glide. It just has a different look to me, not good or bad. I just like the look of the Ultra better. Like, I'm not trying to offend any Road Glide owners by saying anything bad, because it is a great bike, and who knows, I may end up having one day. But one of the challenges that I have is this motorcycle sits you much further, okay? Right now, and let me tell you a story first. First of all, isn't that lake beautiful? People out on the lake. My objective out riding today was not only to get out, but was to go by a Harley dealership and get a tall boy seat, so I could feel, pushed back. It's supposed to sit you back a couple inches, and I do ride with a backrest on this thing. Practice my low speed maneuvers, and. So I went to the dealership today, and I got the tall boy seat put on it. And by the way, I did a video on that demo. It is right up here, or it's here, and it's in the description, by the way. So check that out. And while I liked the tall boy seat, when I put it on, I sat on it, and the first thing I said was, "Oh my God, this thing is sitting me back this is sweet. But after riding it, it was definitely a little hard, if you will. But once you put the backrest on, you really lost that 2 inches. Let's say you gained an inch of it, right? So as I'm going back to the dealership, I'm thinking, and I was talking to the guy at the dealership. I'm like, I love how the seat sits me back, but it's a little hard. And once I put the backrest on it, I lose some of that space. And the guy's like, yep, exactly. So, and we were just kind of chatting there. And I said, hey, look, I think what I may do is I may just ride the motorcycle without the backrest. And if I go on long trips or anything like that, I'll just throw the backrest on. Now, at 6'3", I will tell you that I'm always working on my posture, and it's not the greatest. So sometimes I find myself humping over a little bit, and that was always the concern on this motorcycle, and which is part of the challenge, right? So I am now on it without the backrest, and I will tell you, I get that 1.5 or 2 inches back now. I feel like I got plenty of leg room on it now. So it has made it's a difference without a doubt than having the backrest on. And that's the one thing I wish this motorcycle had, was that it really, if you're a tall guy or a tall gal, I could say, you better ride this and also ride the Road Glide to make sure that, do I need to get another seat on it or not? And I may play with the seats a little bit just to see if there's something else. From a leg perspective, you can see, if I have my feet up on this, right, it's a little bit different. A lot of times I'll just have to sit my foot up on the pegs, which is fine. But it is one of those, when you have the back seat on it, you definitely feel crowded. I will tell you, I don't right now, so that's great, but also I don't have the backrest on, so. Just food for thought. I will tell you everything about this motorcycle. Other than that, I really love. Zero regrets buying it. I will keep this thing. You should never say this forever, because you know what happens when you say that. You end up with a different bike. But I really do like this motorcycle. I would recommend it to anybody. All I would say is, if you are a tall rider, that you need to just make sure that you're really comfortable with how far the motorcycle sits you back. And as you can see right now, I feel great. So, alrighty, folks, that is it. I'll tell you what, if you're checking out my channel for the first time, or to get on this video, feel free to look around the channel. I'm a moto vlogger. I do gear reviews. I ride with my wife and friends, and try to do some touring and catch some great roads. So we'd love to have you subscribe to the channel if you like some of the videos. If not, thanks for stopping by. Got any questions about the Ultra Limited? Feel free to shoot them to me, either in the comments. I also have a Instagram page by the same name, Bodine52, Bodine52, and I'd be glad to help. So that's it, folks. Hey, thanks for checking in. Have a great, safe day. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. And be safe on and off the motorcycle. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.